Okay, scholars, we're going to be reading a book today about Martin Luther King Jr., and then you are going to be given some passages and some questions that you need to go back and find them. Remember the strategies that Ms. Esra used during our first lesson, where we go back to the text, we highlight what we are trying to look for, and then we circle the best answer. So let's get started. Martin Luther King Jr. Day. A great leader, Martin Luther King Jr. was an important leader. He wanted all people to be treated fairly. He worked to improve the lives of African Americans. On the third Monday in January, we celebrate Martin Luther King Jr. Day. It is a day to remember how Dr. King worked to make the world a better place. How it began. Many Americans saw Dr. King as a hero. They wanted to honor him. In 1983, Martin Luther King Jr. Day was made a holiday. It first took place in 1986. Dr. King was born in Georgia in 1929. When he was growing up, Black people in the South did not have the same rights as white people. They could not go to the same schools. They had to use different restrooms and water fountains. Dr. King spent his life helping others. Like his father and grandfather, he became a minister. Dr. King and his wife, Coretta Scott, have 4 children. Dr. King wanted a better life for his kids. Dr. King believed all people should have the same freedoms. In the 1950s and 1960s, he worked hard to change unfair laws. He used peaceful ways. Dr. King led marches. He also gave powerful speeches. In Montgomery, Alabama, African Americans had to sit in the back of the bus. In 1955, Dr. King helped put together a plan. African Americans would stop riding buses. The bus companies lost a lot of money. About 1 year later, the law changed. In 1963, Dr. King led a big march in Washington, D.C. There, he gave his famous I Have a Dream speech. In the speech, he said, "I have a dream that my 4 little children will one day live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character." Dr. King's hard work made a difference. New laws that protected civil rights were passed. Those laws made sure that all Americans are treated equally. Honoring Dr. King's dream. Today, we honor Dr. King in many ways. Children learn about the civil rights leader in school. They do projects that celebrate his life and his work. Many people consider Martin Luther King Day a day-to-day on instead of a day off. Some kids do volunteer work, some clean up parks, others help the homeless. Like Dr. King, they want to make the world a better place. In 2011, the Martin Luther King Jr. Memorial opened in Washington, D.C. Many people visit it on this special holiday to celebrate the life of a great leader.